It's December, which means it's basically almost Christmas, and I probably need to get some sort of decorations going on back here. I do have fairy lights, but they're up here and you can't see them, so. The most tragic thing about filming on a webcam is it's hard to see the amazing makeup I did this morning. Like, look at this. These wings are actually, like, even. That never happens to me, so appreciate this. So welcome back to another Top 5 Wednesday. If you're interested in checking out what Top 5 Wednesday is, I explained it in the last video, but I'll link the Goodreads group down below for you to check it out. This week's topic is books that you finally want to read in 2017. Now, I have a really huge TBR list because sometimes it takes me a while to get through a book. Yeah, it wasn't too hard to make this list because there's a lot of books I want to read, but I was trying to realistically think what I've been wanting to read for the longest and what I probably actually will read in 2017. And of course, there is still all of December left, and my classes end on Tuesday, and then it's just exams. So other than studying, I've got a lot of free time after that to like read and stuff. So who knows, I might read some of these in December, but probably not, so that's why I put them on this list. Alright, so my number 5 book that I want to read in 2017 is Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. Now, the thing is, I'm a little bit picky about contemporary books. Like, I tend to not like them as much and find them kind of pretentious. Like, I like Morgan Matson, I like Rainbow Rowell. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of All the Right Places, even though I know a lot of people loved it, but it wasn't really my favorite. Even John Green, I'm kind of 50-50 with. Like, I love Paper Towns, but I'm not as big of a fan of Looking for Alaska, which is weird, I know, because like everyone loves that book, but yeah, it was alright. Like, obviously it's well written, but it's just not like my thing. But anyway, I've heard great things about Everything, Everything, and especially from booktubers whose opinion I trust, and like they have like the same taste in books as I do, so I just feel like it's something I would like. Anyway, the bare bones of what the story is about, from what I'm gathering from the summary, is that it's about this girl who doesn't leave the house because of a mental illness, I believe. Agoraphobia, is that correct? I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if that's the actual term, but I think that's what it is. And anyway, this boy moves in next door and she sees him, and then I think it says right in the summary that they like fall in love. It's a love story. All contemporaries are love stories. No one is surprised. But it just sounds really interesting, and apparently it's really good, so I'm going to check it out definitely. Hopefully next year, probably in the summer or the spring. That's when I like to read contemporaries the most. It just feels the most like thematic, because I feel like most of them take place during the spring or summer. But yeah. Number 4 is the Young Elites series by Marie Lu. I know it says individual books, but I'm going to go with series too, because I like to like binge read series. I don't like to take breaks in between the books because then I forget plot points and stuff. Anyway, this is another one that's been on my TBR list for like a really long time. Again, I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people really like it. And the concept sounds really interesting because, and this isn't a spoiler, because I'm pretty sure everyone, I think this is common knowledge, but it's like a villain story, like a villain origin story kind of thing. So that sounds really cool and like totally up my alley. So yeah. Number 3 is The Name of the Wind / The Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. I'm not gonna lie, this one's been on my mind a bit more recently because it's just been announced that Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to be producing a TV series based around these books, so that sounds very interesting. But also, I love fantasy books, and this one's, again, been talked about a lot. I know people really love it, and it sounds probably like something I'd like, so I'm going to check it out. The thing is, I haven't like really bridged the gap into adult books. I'm still reading a lot of YA, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that or anything, obviously. But I just don't know if the adult fantasy is going to be like too much, and if I have to like ease myself in a bit, or if this is a fine book to start with. So let me know if this is an okay jump into the adult fantasy genre, if it's going to be too hardcore for me. Number 2 is one that I actually own, surprise, surprise, and it's Persuasion by Jane Austen. If you know anything about me, you'll know that I'm a huge Jane Austen fan, and believe it or not, this is the only Jane Austen book I haven't like experienced in any way. And by that I mean that I haven't read the book or seen the movie. Because honestly, the only books, Jane Austen books, that I've finished have been Pride and Prejudice and Northanger Abbey. I started Sense and Sensibility, got about halfway through, and then something else came up and I just kind of stopped reading it. Same with Emma. I haven't read Mansfield Park at all, but I have seen the movies for those 3, so I do know like the story and everything like that. Persuasion, I don't even know what it's about, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what happens in this book at all. I've never seen the movie, I haven't read it yet, so. But someone did lend this to me, so now I kind of have to read it soon and give it back to them. I don't know if I'll get it done this month, but probably not, so that's why I put it on this list. She lent it to me because we were talking about Jane Austen stuff, and I said that my favorite book was Pride and Prejudice, and she said, oh, have you read Persuasion? I said, no. So she gave this to me and said that once I read it, my mind will probably change, and this one would be my favorite, so I'm excited to find out. And number 1 is the Winter's Curse series by Marie Rutkowski. Did I say that right? Probably not. Yes, I still have not gotten around to reading this, I know. And it sounds like something I would like. The interesting thing is, I have read the summary on like the inside flap or the back or whatever a million times, because I work at a library, and so every time I like put it away, I read it, because I always forget what it's about, and I hear people talk about it, but right now, I honestly could not tell you what the plot of the book is, what it's about. For some reason it's like every single time I read it, I just forget what the summary is and like what it's about, but I know that I'll like it. I don't know, it's so weird. It's so weird. Plus the covers are really pretty. Like the old covers are really pretty. The new ones are kind of meh. And I plan on buying these books to read them, so I guess I'm gonna have to buy them before they start selling only the new covers. So I should probably get on that. And that is my list. Sorry, it's kind of not comprehensive because I didn't really explain what the plots of the books were, but honestly, I couldn't remember any of them, and I could only be bothered to look up the one because. Alright, so leave a comment down below about what books you definitely want to read in 2017, and if you have read or are going to read any of the ones that I talked about. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Alright, I will see you guys later. Bye!